Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm breaking up our section 3.4 into two sections. We're going to add mixed numbers in this video, and in the next one we're going to subtract mixed numbers. So let's start talking about adding mixed numbers. And the idea of adding mixed numbers is very much like adding whole numbers. What we're going to do is this. We're going to just line up our place values, and we're going to add one at a time. We may, of course, need to carry. And if we need to carry with our fraction, that's going to look a little bit different than it would with whole numbers. So this is where it's going to get interesting when it comes to working with mixed numbers. Let's show you what this is going to look like. Say I've got a couple numbers like this. I'm going to do 3 2/3 plus 4 1/5. Well, first off, this is going to be a little bit messy because I need to convert to equivalents, and I don't have my place values lined up. So I'm going to do a couple things here to start off with. I'm going to go ahead and write this vertically. I'm going to say this is going to be the same thing as 3 2/3. I don't know why I did that. I'm going to put that over this 4 1/5. I meant to do that way. Okay, now I need to come up with a common denominator. And it looks like my common denominator between thirds and fifths are going to be 15ths. And my thought process there is, well, common multiples of 5 are 5, 10, and 15. And 15 is the first multiple of 3. So I'm going to multiply this one by 5 over 5, multiply this one by 3 over 3. So now I've got 3 and 10 15ths, and I'm adding to that 4 and 3 15ths. And just like whole number addition, if I'm adding, I'm going to add my two places. 10 15ths plus 3 15ths is going to be 13 15ths. 3 plus 4 is going to be 7. I can't reduce that fraction, so we're done right here. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's fairly simple, right? I hope so. Let's take a look at what would happen if I have something a little bit different right there. And I'm gonna before going on to that, I'm going to remind you what carrying looks like. Carrying with whole numbers. So if I've got something like 347, and I've got, add to that, say, 268, remember, I'm going to, if I add 6 plus 8, I'll end up with a 15. There's only, this space right here is for the ones. I can only put my ones digit down here. So I'm going to actually put the ones digit of that and carry my tens up to the next place value. Now I've got 1 10 plus 4 10s plus 6 10s. This is actually going to be 11, or 11 10s. I'm going to put my ones digit of that there and carry my 1 up to the next place. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So when I carry, it's because when I carry, I don't have enough space down here for that place value. So I couldn't put 15 in where I just have my ones place. So I had to carry up to my next place value. The same thing is going to happen with our fractions. So what we're going to do is we're going to look out for improper fractions in that space, because an improper fraction is bigger than 1. It's bigger than that portion. Let's show you what this is going to look like. Let's do, I'm going to add 8 and 5/6 to 9 and 5/6. And when I look at this, right off the bat, I see 5/6 plus 5/6. Hey, I was nice. I gave us a common denominator. If I think about this, I've got 5/6 plus 5/6 is equal to 10/6. That's equal to an improper fraction. That's bigger than 1. 10/6 is going to be equal to 1 and 4/6 if I were to convert that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that fractional part down here in this fractional place value, and I'm going to carry my whole number up to that next, into the whole numbers place, that next place value over. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. We've got 18 and 4/6. Now 4/6, I can actually reduce that a little bit. 4/6 I can reduce by a factor of 2, so that's going to turn into 18 and 2/3. Okay, last example. So we've got 1 and 5/8, and let's add to this 1 and 3/4. Well, first off, I need to come up with a common denominator. So I can think of multiples of 8. I'd have 8 and 16 and 24. Actually, all of those are multiples of 4, so I don't need to do a thing to that 8. But I do need to convert my fourths into equivalent eighths. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 over 2. That's going to give us an equivalent we can work with. So 1 and 5/8 plus 1 and 6/8. Now I can go ahead and add these two fractions. But again, I've got an improper fraction there. 5/8 plus 6/8 is 11/8. And 11/8 is the same thing as 1 and 3/8. So I put my proper fraction down below there, so 3/8, and I carry my 1 to my next place value. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3/8 is already reduced, so our answer here is just going to be 3 and 3/8. We're done. Okay. Let us know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.